What's up, what's up? You got Unique, it is what it is, and I am back for another Future Kids Cat stuffing. Yes, I am back to do these envelopes. So this is my way of teaching a young child, how to manage their money and save and spend at the same time. I don't want a child to believe that the money they get, they should just get it and spend all of it. Like, you have to teach them some way, somehow. So this is my way of teaching them. So this is 40% for needs, 40% for savings, and 20% for kids' wants. So if they want something, I would actually take it a step further, and I would actually write down the things that they would buy with wants, what they would be putting money aside for savings, and the things that they would be buying that would be considered a need. So that way they understood and they could decipher for themselves what it is that they're spending their money on, and if it was something that they felt was a need or want, or something towards savings. So that's why I set it up this way. But 9 times out of 10, I'm going to use some of this money probably when I move. So I'm saving it for 2 reasons, all at the same time. One is if I had kids, and that's for later on. That's what I plan to do, is to teach them. But at the same time, I'm also saving for myself in these envelopes for the move that I'm going to have towards that. So I decided that's what I'm going to do with the money. Some of it is going to go towards my move, and then I'll continue the envelopes once I move for the adopted children, foster children that I will be taking on when I move. So that's why I wanted to do it this way. So I'm saving for 2 things at the same time. So let's switch it up a bit. Normally I start from the bottom up, but I'm going to start from the top. And let's do kids' wants, and we're adding $5. So every week I put aside $25 a week. So it's $100 a month. And I feel that's what you would give a preteen, like a 10-year-old, 11-year-old a week. So that way they have a little money. And like I said, this is for them to be able to have something towards things that they want to do, things that they might want in the future, things that kids tend to not think about, but they still have a little money to spend. But really and truly, not a lot of things that a 10-year-old or 11-year-old is going to want that's really, really expensive, unless it's like birthday gifts and stuff like that. They might ask for, something expensive for like their birthday or something for Christmas. But I would want them to be able to say, oh, okay, this is a want, and I could get it myself. So that's the goal, right? So I feel you should teach your kids about money as young as possible, as young as they could understand it. The better for them, because then the struggle does not have to be real for them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we have 5 singles that we put towards kids' wants. And let's see how much we have. 100, 200, 300, 20, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. 50. So we have $350 in kids' wants, and $350 for a 10 and 11-year-old. Hey, that's a couple nights at the movies. That's hanging out with friends. That's a nice pair of sneakers if they want it. That's a nice few things. $350. That's not bad. And this is with me saving for a year. This is a year. So if you start your child off with $25 a week at age 8, that should be a good ways for them to be able to save a good amount of money. And you don't have to increase it, because like I said, between 8 and 10, that I wouldn't increase $25. I wouldn't. I would give them $100 a month, $25 a week from 8 to about maybe 11. And then around 11, seeing how they manage their money, seeing if they're actually maintaining money in their savings account, then I would increase it if I see that they are being responsible and keeping their savings up, because that would be the main goal. You want to see that they're actually being responsible with the money, not just taking it and spending it every time they get it. because I feel from age 8 to the age of, like I said, maybe 11, I would give $100 a month. What does an 11-year-old need a whole bunch of money for? Really and truly, what do they need a bunch of money for? I don't think they need a whole lot of money for anything, but to save from 8 until 11, you could save a nice bit of money to do things that they want, and have money for them to do what they want without them coming to you and say, hey mom, hey dad, can I get money for this, can I get money for that? Because they'll have their own money, and then they have that responsibility. Oh, you wanted to do this? Well, that's a want. So if that's a want, you should pay for it. And like I said, that's just like hanging out with your friend, you know, going on group hangouts and stuff like that. You should pay for that. You get money, you should pay for it. So we have in kids savings, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90. And I forgot to give myself $10. That's why I was like, wait, something's not right. Okay, so $80, $85, $90, $95, $700. So this is $700 in kids savings, and that I just did a condensing last week, so this does not need to be condensed yet. And then for kids needs, it's going to be 5 and 5 ones, and we have 100, 200, 300, 400, 450, 500, 550, 600, 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 700. So you have 700 in both of these because they are both 40%. 40% of 25 is 10, and 40% again is 10, and 20% of 25 is $5. So that's how those denominations came about. And I'm not looking to add more than $100 a month. $25 to me is more than enough for a kid, like I said, between the ages of 8 and 11, maybe even 12. Like I said, depending on your kid, if you feel they're more responsible, giving them a little bit more money wouldn't hurt. But this is the numbers that I'm working with. I'm looking to add more money, maybe going towards the next year, adding a few more dollars, just for the simple fact that I'm trying to grow these envelopes. Like I said, I am looking to move, not moving now, but in the next coming years, I will be moving. So I want to have a good amount, and I would like to only use one envelope. If I grow it to at least $2,000 to $3,000, I would like to at least use just one. If I have to use two, then fine. But if I don't have to kill all my envelopes to move, that would be great. So that's all for this week. Thank you for watching. Laters.